Alright, so the first thing I want to talk about is something muting that we discussed yesterday. I want to make sure that you start getting more aware of not having the high E and B string ring out when you're strumming stuff. So, like the A5 chord there, when you're playing that, you got to make sure that your index finger is basically touching all the strings. So if you end up strumming everything, you don't hear it. Let's get a better view of that. Ran out of chord. Okay, so that's what it should look like right there when I'm doing this. So what happens is, like, you might have your hand out a little bit too much like this, and then if you strum really wide, hang on, let me adjust some things for this portion. Okay, so if you have your hand too far out like this is an awkward position to be sitting in. But that's what happens when you strum too wide. So if you hear any strings ringing out here, just bring your arm back a little bit. Okay, I'm still hearing stuff there. So now I just have to adjust my finger altogether. Yeah, so if sometimes you pull it back, maybe you just try and straighten your finger out a little bit more, because if it's too bent, no matter how much you pull your arm back, there's still going to be some space in there. So make sure it's straight enough. Okay, now let's say you get it straight, right? And then maybe you move to a chord. Okay, well, now you've got open strings happening, even though your finger is still just as straight. Well, that means you pushed your hand too far away from the fretboard. Now, when you're playing these chords, you got your thumb over the top. I find it a little bit easy. For me, it's a little bit easier to mute there, because I'm already scrunching my hand across this whole guitar neck. But same thing, if you're strumming and you hear those open strings, just pull your hand back some. That's really probably all you need to do when you're doing the mute thing. And see how bent my wrist is when I'm doing that? So if you have any trouble with that, it's okay to pull your wrist back like that. Oh man, I'm not even frame at all. God, there we go. It's like, think about a waiter carrying something. That's kind of how I describe it. You want waiter wrist when you're doing that, and then going back and forth. So always push, going from this position to that position. So, that's the big thing to concentrate on as far as technique goes. Get the tab back up. And move me back. Okay. Alright, so you got the count for this yesterday, so I'll just go ahead and jump on into it. Keep doing the 1 beat per minute increment method if need be. And yeah, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and a 2 and a 1 and a 2 and a 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Alright, number 2. So we've got this one, when you go from the A5 to the C chord, you have your ring finger as an anchor finger. So see if you can keep that ring down during your transition here. Instead of resetting the whole hand, try to keep that down there. Okay. One, two, three, four. One, two, three, four. Let's take that over again. One, two, three, four. Sloppy change there. One more time. One, two, three, four. Fancy here. One, two, three, four. What did I do that for? Wrong chord. I'm having a hard time sitting in the chair properly today, too. One, two, three, four. One, and a, one, and a, four, 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 and a, one. And a one and a one, two, three, four. Fancier chord one. Let's see. Okay. One, two, three, four. going to forget one of the chords. Do 80. 1, 2, 3, 4. Give 100 to go. One, two, three, four. Okay, on to the palm mutes. Palm muting first, and then the no palm mute this time. So let's see, we got. Alright. That's right, so one thing noticed yesterday is sometimes you would, with your left hand, take some of the pressure off of the strings during the palm muted portions. So to make sure you keep pressure down the whole time, or else you're not palm muting the chord anymore, it's more of a palm muted string rake. So keep that pressure down. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, three, four. And last one. So what did I do here? Okay. One, two, three, four. And 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know why I stopped. That was right. Whoops. 1, 2, 3, 4. thing. But if you have, oh yeah, that's right, the improv thing. So I guess I didn't cover everything. Yeah, so start doing what we did last night and just throw in as many notes as you can. Keep doing the trills. Pick the same, like quickly pick a note. Doing things like that. See if you can start throwing in more things like this. Just hammer-ons over and over again. Pull-offs. Back and forth like that. That was good. You were doing that sort of thing. So yeah, just get really notey, and then, so like here's an idea. So like one of those backing tracks, like maybe one of the shorter ones. So you do like a warm-up improv session, and you do what you have been doing. Working on being melodic, trying to say interesting things with your notes, and not cramming too much in. And then you do the second round, where you put as many notes in as possible. And then the third round, you just kind of, again, gotta go back to wherever you're at, or wherever you're at. Go back to what feels comfortable, but with the intention of throwing in something notey here and there. So this will really help add some flash to the solos that you do and the stuff that you write. So this way, the really fast things sound much more interesting when they're, interspersed with all the non-notey stuff. So yeah, just put it in there. It always sounds more interesting that way, I think. It's like with Opeth, and how their heavy stuff sounds extra heavy because it's juxtaposed with the very clean and pretty sounding things. So it has more of an impact when they go heavy, but after they play the clean stuff. And just same idea with playing the really fast stuff in solos. The fast stuff sounds more interesting, and maybe even faster. Trick the ear. So go really fast if it's juxtaposed with the really slow stuff and the more melodic sounding things, and trying to have the melody and all that. So anyway, I think you get the idea. I'm going to shut up now. I will see you again Friday.